Good morning, big kids. Miss Patton here. So this morning we're going to continue talking about Jamaica's Blue Marker, but today we're going to move on to the middle. So I remember that stories always have three parts. They have the beginning, the middle, and the end. So all stories have a beginning, middle, and end. And when you put it all together, that makes the story. There's also some other parts that are needed for the story, like the character and the setting. But today we're going to be using our strategy of rereading to find the most important part from the middle of the story. So the middle of the story, what is it? The middle of the story is where the topic really gets explained to us. We learn more details about the story, and also it's a lot of times where we reach the climax or the turning point of our story, the high point in our story. So if the middle is good, the reader starts to think about how the story is going to end and starts to get excited for the ending. I also remember that as we're reading, looking at our illustrations is very important to help us know what's going on in the story. All right, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen with you. And here we go. So last time we were reading, we read the beginning. Remember, Jamaica's in class. Russell needs to borrow her markers because he doesn't have any. He was scribbling all over the place. And then he scribbled on Jamaica's work. Then I remember she went to her teacher to talk to her teacher about this. How was she feeling when Russell scribbled on her work? I wonder how Russell was feeling. Here we are. This is where we'll continue. Look what Russell did! Jamaica showed her father and brother when she got home. I tried, but I couldn't make another one as good as this. When she looked at the ugly blue squiggles, she had to swallow hard not to cry. Russell is a mean brat. Did you tell Miss Worth what happened? Her father asked. Jamaica nodded. Russell can't use my markers again. I shared with him because he didn't have any. He never has what he's supposed to have, but that's no reason to be mean. No, her father said. Russell should not have messed up your picture. The next time they had art, Jamaica was glad Russell didn't sit at her table. He couldn't bother her, and she didn't have to share her markers with him either. But at recess, Russell threw sand at her and chased two second-grade girls, so he had to go to the office. Before he came back, Miss Worth said, I would like to tell you something. Can you keep a secret? Yes, Jamaica shouted with her classmates. We're going to have a going-away party for Russell on Friday. His father has a new job in another town, and they will be moving over the weekend. I thought you might want to make a card to say goodbye. Then Russell will have something to remember us by. How do you think Jamaica is feeling now? Do you think her opinion might be changing? Miss Worth passed out paper. Then she showed everyone how to fold the paper into a card. Jamaica didn't want to make a card for Russell. She was glad he was moving. Then he wouldn't bother her anymore. She put the paper in her desk. At supper, Jamaica said, I like living here. I like my house and my room and the tree in the front yard. I like my school too. I'm glad you do, her mother said. I wouldn't like to move. Who said anything about moving? Ozzy said. Russell is moving, Jamaica said. Lucky you. He won't mess up your pictures anymore, Ozzy said. I wonder how Russell feels about moving, Dad said. He might be upset. Has he talked about it? Russell doesn't say anything. He just gets in trouble, Jamaica said. So after we reread that, what do you think is happening in the middle? In your Ready book, on page 3, I want you to draw a picture that shows how Jamaica feels when she is thinking about moving away. And as we're doing that, I also want us to think about why. Why do we think that's the most important event in the middle? Could the rest of the story happen if this didn't happen? How does this lead us into the end? I can't wait to see the middle part of the story in your books. I hope you have a wonderful day. Thanks for working so hard and listening to the story. See you for the end tomorrow. Aloha.